The significance of the title Flat Earther is trying to put you in the mindset of conspiracy, unusual thinking, magical thinking, nonsensical thinking, and we want you to wonder where it's going. So Flat Earther began as a stage piece written by Mario Rivas, who is one of Brian's friends.
I took Mario's stage play and put it into a screenplay format. It was 9 pages. Mario's play was written in 2017-ish, so some of the references were out of date. It needed some updating. And then we had new opinions coming in from producer Matt Keil, from the actors Joe and Amy, and myself. And we had to incorporate all of that and make it current for when we were shooting the film, which was February 2020. I would take their notes, make a few adjustments to the script, we'd have another rehearsal, and what I finally said to Joe and Amy was, let's do an improv.
We did a lot of improvisation, which was really helpful, I think, for finding the characters. And
what's been so fulfilling about the experience from start to finish so far has been how open Brian is and always has been to us working through script and finding things that work and don't work. So it's been a really fun process because it's been so collaborative.
Matt Keil and I took those rehearsals with the script and worked to make an edited version of that fit back into that 9-page box.
Joe had a lot of ideas about how to adapt Martin's dialogue, because now that Martin was being played by a black man, he felt specifically like we had to call out Tuskegee.
What's that?
The Tuskegee experiment?
We had to talk about the cultural history that a black man has in relation to the treatment of black people by the government, by things that the government didn't admit to, and Joe specifically wrote that himself because we wanted that to be his words and his voice because he's the only one who could speak to that.
1930s. Government doctors knowingly lied to hundreds of poverty-stricken black men about a medical study involving syphilis. They called it bad blood, and used these black men as guinea pigs.
I do like to point out my favorite moment, which was something that Amy and I talked about, that when they sit down at the table and she says,
How about,
it's like she's saying it as like the hottest thing she can think to bring up at the moment, and it's very funny to me.
I declare you've hurt my feelings, lady.
I do declare.
Terribly sorry. We laughed a lot. It was really great to work with the director, who was so open to hearing what we as actors thought about the piece and what it was sort of bringing up in us, what we thought would be fun things to explore and try.
I really do think it became a film over the course of the adaptation, and it would not have been the same without Joe and Amy's input through the whole process. And then you see it done in front of you by them, and it was just, it was pretty magical.
It is that diversity of opinions that made it an interesting piece. And we kept the kernels of Mario's original idea, that we took it into the realm that the actors wanted to visit, and their opinions were honored. Trying to find the balance as the director to make sure all those voices are serviced was my role. And it was a pleasure because they all have wonderful opinions.